on, man.
Get ready for a wild ride through Walmart's aisles where we'll show you some of the most cringe-worthy moments ever caught on camera. From hilarious mishaps to mind-boggling antics, these shoppers will leave you shaking your head and laughing out loud.
Walmart is racist! Walmart is racist!
So sit back, relax, and prepare to meet Walmart's most unforgettable characters. Welcome to our countdown of Walmart shoppers that will make you cringe. Number 14. Royal Rumble live at Walmart. In the serene aisles of Walmart, a sudden burst of commotion erupted from the hair section, quickly drawing the attention of curious shoppers. It started with a heated exchange of words, the cause unknown, but quickly escalated into pure chaos. In one corner, it's a 2-versus-1 showdown. Two women armed with hairbrushes ganged up on a third, their yells echoing through the aisles. Meanwhile, a 1-versus-1 battle raged nearby, with a man and woman shouting insults and throwing hair products at each other. To top it all off, another pair of shoppers clashed in a 2-versus-2 melee, wrestling over hair extensions like a scene straight out of a Royal Rumble. Shoppers nearby couldn't believe their eyes. Phones were whipped out, cameras rolling, capturing every wild moment. People stood frozen, watching as the hair department transformed into a battleground. Security rushed in, trying to break up the fights, but the participants were relentless. One woman, clutching a bottle of hairspray like a weapon, refused to back down. A man tangled in hair extensions tried to free himself while dodging blows. The scene was pure pandemonium. Onlookers gasped, some cheering, others shaking their heads in disbelief. The hair department was a whirlwind of flailing arms, shouting voices, and scattered products. It was a shopping experience no one would soon forget. Eventually, the chaos began to subside, with security managing to separate the fighters, who were left in various states of disarray. Hair mussed, clothes askew, and pride definitely wounded. The onlookers, still buzzing with adrenaline, slowly dispersed, sharing their captured footage with friends and family. Number 13. Walmart Employee Brawl. It was just another day at Walmart. Aisles buzzing with shoppers, carts clattering, and the usual chatter filling the air. But things took a sharp turn when an unexpected brawl broke out between two Walmart employees, transforming a routine shopping experience into a scene straight out of a reality TV show. It all started with an exchange of words between the two employees. The exact reason behind their heated argument remains a mystery, but whatever it was, it quickly escalated. Voices were raised, tempers flared, and before anyone knew it, they were at each other's throats. Customers watched in shock as the two employees began throwing punches, knocking over merchandise in the process. The once orderly counter was now a mess of scattered goods, cereal boxes, canned goods, and even a display of potato chips lay in ruins. Shoppers scrambled to get out of the way, clutching their carts and children as the chaos unfolded. Other employees rushed to intervene, trying desperately to separate the fighting duo. But their efforts proved futile, as the two combatants were too caught up in their altercation to notice anything else. The scene was both surreal and unsettling, a stark contrast to the usually mundane atmosphere of the store. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, the commotion drew the attention of store security. They managed to break up the fight and escort the two disgruntled employees away. Shoppers slowly resumed their activities, though the air was still thick with tension and disbelief. Number 12. The Spider-Man Shopper. Imagine this. You're strolling down the aisles, carts rattling, when suddenly Spider-Man swings into view. Yes, the friendly neighborhood superhero isn't fighting crime today. He's spreading joy among grocery shoppers. Dressed head to toe in his iconic red and blue costume, Spider-Man dances through the store, capturing the attention of kids and adults alike. Children point in awe, parents chuckle, and phones quickly emerge to capture the moment. His agility and charm are a hit, high-fiving kids, posing for selfies, and even sharing a dance with an elderly couple in the cereal aisle. What makes this scene so captivating is how seamlessly Spider-Man blends into the Walmart backdrop. Amidst the hustle and bustle of everyday life, he brings a burst of laughter and wonder. As the dancing superhero walked through the aisle, people were astonished, and it was a sight to behold. Number 11. Chaos in the checkout line. A busy checkout line filled with shoppers eager to finish their shopping, when suddenly the mundane scene transforms into chaos. A young man in his mid-20s, noticeably hefty, is seen exchanging heated words with two friends. The argument quickly escalates, and before anyone can intervene, fists are flying. The fat young man takes a swing, and the two friends retaliate, turning the checkout line into an impromptu boxing ring. Goods are knocked off shelves, scattering across the floor as the shoppers look on in shock and disbelief. What started as a verbal spat has now become an all-out brawl, attracting the attention of everyone nearby. But wait, it gets even more chaotic. The involved parties are escorted away, leaving everyone to ponder what on earth sparked such a wild confrontation. Number 10. Embarrassment. Caught on camera. Caught in the whirlwind of a routine shopping trip, a lady exited Walmart, only to be stopped dead in her tracks by two employees. The air was thick with confusion as they accused her of stealing an item she hadn't paid for. Embarrassment flushed her cheeks, but she kept her composure and pulled out her phone, determined to document the ordeal. The scene unfolded like a slow-motion train wreck, with the employees methodically removing each item from her cart and cross-referencing them with her receipt. Onlookers gathered, whispering amongst themselves and exchanging puzzled glances. The lady, visibly upset yet composed, recorded every moment, hoping to capture the truth of her innocence. Even though it was clear she had paid for everything, they kept searching. Her patience wore thin as they wasted her time and questioned her honesty. Other shoppers left what they were doing to monitor the outcome, and minutes felt like hours as the process dragged on. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity, the employees concluded their search, finding no discrepancies. The lady was vindicated. Her items were all accounted for. But the worst part? The employees didn't even tender a sincere apology. They just walked away, leaving the lady standing there while she captured it all on her phone, proof of what she went through. Number 9. Two couples, one epic fight, and a messy scene. In an unexpected turn of events, two couples found themselves in the middle of a chaotic brawl, right in the middle of the store. It all started with a heated argument between the ladies, and before anyone could even blink, the men joined in, and things quickly spiraled out of control. The cause of the fight remained a mystery, but the scene was anything but ordinary. Amidst the shouting and pushing, their kids were spotted crying and trying to step in, desperately trying to separate the battling adults. Shelves were overturned, products were scattered, and the once calm shopping environment turned into a chaotic mess. Efforts by other shoppers and store staff to break up the fight proved fruitless. The situation only got worse as the brawling couples continued to clash, oblivious to the damage and distress they were causing everyone around them. And what about the kids? They were caught in the middle, trying to handle a situation that was beyond their control. It was a sight that left everyone around feeling cringy and uncomfortable. If there's ever a day to stay away from the drama, it's on days like these. Number 8. The Masked Man on Rampage. Walmart shoppers were in for a shock when a masked man wielding a hammer began smashing the glass shelves in the spectacles department. Chaos erupted as he moved from one section to another, relentlessly breaking the glass shelves housing the glasses. Security quickly took action, directing people away from the scene to ensure their safety. Shoppers hurriedly evacuated the area, following the instructions of Walmart security to avoid any potential harm from the glass and the man's erratic behavior. The spectacle department was soon deserted, with security personnel forming a barrier to contain the situation and prevent the man from causing further damage or harm. The reason behind the man's destructive rampage remained a mystery. Onlookers speculated that he might be mentally unstable, but others believed he was angered by a staff member and chose this drastic way to vent his frustration. Regardless of the motive, the truth wasn't clear. The entire incident left shoppers in disbelief. Their regular shopping trip turned into a scene from a chaotic movie. The shattered glass, the masked man, and the swift response of security added to the surreal experience. It's not every day you witness such a bizarre event during a simple trip to Walmart. Number 7. Shopper's wild arrest. From one bizarre chaos to another, something extraordinary unfolded in the aisle. A chubby woman was caught trying to slip some items into her oversized bag. The sharp eyes of the store security didn't miss a thing, and soon enough, the cops were on the scene. Bringing her down wasn't easy. She fought back fiercely, shouting out abusive words, making quite the spectacle. Despite her size and resistance, the officers finally managed to get her on the floor and handcuff her. Shoppers were stunned. The usually mundane trip to Walmart had turned into an unexpected sideshow. Some pulled out their phones to record the chaos, knowing they had to share this unbelievable scene with friends and family. One shopper, trying to navigate the aisles for cereal, was caught in the middle of it all and couldn't help but watch in disbelief. "You don't see that every day," he muttered, shaking his head. As the woman continued to scream and resist, the officers maintained their composure, determined to keep the situation under control. The crowd around them grew, with whispers and gasps filling the air. Parents covered their children's ears, while others stood wide-eyed, recording every second. Eventually, the woman was escorted out of the store, still protesting loudly. The aftermath left the electronics aisle in disarray, but the buzz of excitement lingered. People exchanged stories, eager to share their version of the wild event they had just witnessed. Number 6. Motivation gone wrong. It was a typical day at Walmart until suddenly a man started pouring cereal all over the floor, creating a mess in the aisle. But that wasn't the end of it. He then proceeded to douse himself with a gallon of milk while yelling, "You gotta believe you can do it," over and over. It quickly became clear that this wasn't your typical shopping trip.
I believe you can do it. You gotta believe you can do it.
Onlookers noticed something strange right away. He was wearing different shoes on each foot. His unusual attire, combined with his bizarre actions, created quite a spectacle. People backed away, unsure of what would happen next, while others stood there in awe, phones out, recording the entire scene. While it was unclear why he chose to engage in such a strange display, theories began to swirl among the crowd. Some said it was a bet gone wrong, others thought he was trying to take motivational speaking to a whole new level, and a few suggested it was simply a case of clout chasing. Whatever the reason, it was certainly a sight to behold, and not something you see every day at Walmart. With such a mess created, the janitor, no doubt, had a lot of cleaning up to do afterwards. But the most unforgettable part of the incident was the man's unwavering commitment to his peculiar act. His determination, whether misguided or not, left a lasting impression on everyone who witnessed it. Walmart is known for its wide variety of shoppers, but this one seems out of the ordinary. Now, it's time for today's subscriber pick. Chaos erupted at a local store when a white middle-aged entitled woman had a meltdown that left shoppers and staff stunned. Dressed in a sheer black outfit, she stormed in, demanding to see the manager over a dispute about a sale item. She was yelling about her customer rights and return policy while waving a squeaky toy she grabbed from a shelf. At least that's what the news reported it as. Some customers said it was another kind of toy altogether that she wanted to return, but there were no refunds on that kind of toy. Of course, she wasn't taking no for an answer. Her tirade escalated as she knocked over displays and berated employees, creating a scene that nobody could ignore. Security eventually had to step in, escorting her out of the store as onlookers captured the entire debacle on their phones. This makes for an entrance into the Hall of Fame of Walmart shoppers that will make you cringe. The incident quickly went viral, especially when it was discovered that she was a major star on OnlyFans. What do you think prompted her outburst? Have you ever witnessed something like this? Maybe you've seen your version of a female Karen causing chaos in the aisles. Let us know your thoughts or experiences in the comments section. Now, back to the video. Number 5. David versus Goliath at Walmart. Amid Walmart's busy aisles, a sudden altercation broke out that had everyone's attention. A massive man, visibly furious, began calling out a fellow shopper for a physical fight. Stripping off his shirt and howling unprintable names, he challenged the other guy, who seemed much smaller in comparison. As the tension escalated, the smaller man finally stepped up, ready to confront the giant. They faced each other like boxers in a ring, drawing a crowd of astonished shoppers. The first punches were thrown, and to everyone's surprise, the smaller man landed a powerful hit to the giant's jaw, sending him sprawling to the floor. But the fight didn't end there. The smaller man, fueled by adrenaline, pounced on the fallen giant, raining down punches. Shoppers watched in shock, some recording the incident on their phones. The giant's partner, crying and desperate, tried to pull the smaller man away, but the chaos continued. Security rushed in to separate the fighters, but the damage was done. Goods were scattered all over the shelves, and other shoppers were left disrupted and bewildered. The giant, now nursing a broken jaw, was escorted out by security, leaving a trail of destruction in his wake. The cause of the altercation remains unknown, but it's clear that this intense encounter left a lasting impression on everyone present. The sheer contrast between the two fighters, the giant's imposing size and the smaller man's unexpected strength, made for a dramatic and unforgettable scene. Number 4. Furious Lady versus Two Sisters. A lady's furious voice echoed through the aisles of Walmart, catching everyone's attention. She was in a heated altercation with two sisters, shouting at the top of her lungs. "I am not what you called me, and I won't be addressed like that!" She yelled repeatedly, her face red with anger. The two sisters, trying to maintain their composure, continued to walk away, hoping to leave the scene. Their efforts to escape the confrontation were futile, as the enraged woman followed closely behind, making sure everyone within earshot knew of her displeasure. "Don't walk away from me! You owe me an apology!" the lady demanded, her voice growing louder.
I ain't worried about you either.
The sisters, clearly embarrassed by the public scene, tried to defuse the situation by ignoring her, but it only seemed to fuel her anger. Shoppers around them started to gather, some watching in shock while others discreetly recorded the incident on their phones. Children clutched their parents' hands tightly, confused and scared by the shouting. One of the sisters finally turned around and tried to speak. "Look, we didn't mean to offend you. Let's just calm down and talk this out."
You don't gotta take me on, because I'm gonna call my sister and have her come up here.
But the furious lady wasn't having it. "Calm down. You humiliated me. How dare you try to brush this off?" She stepped closer, her fists clenched, as the tension in the aisle thickened. The sisters exchanged nervous glances, clearly out of their depth. Other shoppers tried to continue with their shopping, but the escalating confrontation was hard to ignore. A Walmart employee, seeing the situation getting out of hand, approached cautiously. "Ladies, can we please take this outside? You're disturbing the other shoppers." The angry lady whipped around, her eyes blazing. "Oh, now I'm disturbing people? Maybe if they hadn't called me that disgusting name, we wouldn't be in this mess." Her voice was shaky with emotion, and the crowd could feel the intensity of her hurt and anger. The sisters, now visibly upset, tried to leave the aisle again, but the lady blocked their path. "You think you can just walk away after what you did?" she screamed. The employee, realizing the situation was beyond a simple resolution, called for backup. Moments later, more Walmart staff arrived, gently but firmly guiding the lady away from the sisters. She continued to shout her grievances, but eventually the distance between them grew and her voice faded into the background. As the scene finally calmed down, shoppers exchanged looks of disbelief and murmured among themselves. The sisters, shaken and humiliated, quickly left the store, hoping to put the unpleasant experience behind them. The lady, still fuming, was escorted outside, her voice echoing faintly as the automatic doors closed behind her. Number 3. Trina versus a racist. A typical shopping day at Walmart took an unexpected turn when famous rapper Trina found herself in a heated altercation with a white woman. Trina, known for her powerful lyrics and unapologetic attitude, was not one to back down, especially when confronted with racism. It started with the white woman hurling deeply offensive names at Trina. The reason behind the exchange was unclear, but the racist undertone was evident and infuriating. Trina, visibly furious, responded with a passion that quickly drew the attention of other shoppers. As Trina confronted the woman, the scene became intense. She was seen standing her ground, her voice ringing out with anger and hurt. "You don't get to call me that!" she shouted, her words echoing through the aisles. The white woman, seemingly unperturbed, continued her tirade, which only fueled the fire. Shoppers began to gather, their curiosity piqued by the commotion. Many recognized Trina and were shocked to see her in such a vulnerable and angry state. Phones were quickly pulled out and cameras started rolling. This wasn't just another Walmart spat. This was a moment of raw, real emotion from a public figure known for her strength. The crowd's murmurs grew louder. Some people voiced their support for Trina, while others watched in stunned silence.
Call who you want to call.
The altercation brought a halt to the usual shopping activities as people tried to make sense of what was happening. Trina's frustration was palpable. "I'm a person, just like you," she yelled, pointing at the woman. "You don't get to dehumanize me." Her words were a powerful reminder of the everyday battles people face against racism, no matter who they are or how famous they might be. The Walmart staff, sensing the escalating tension, quickly intervened. Security personnel stepped in, trying to calm both parties and restore order. The white woman, however, seemed unfazed by the presence of security, continuing to spew her hateful remarks. Trina, still fuming but aware of the growing crowd, took a step back. Her fans and onlookers could see the pain in her eyes, a pain that resonated deeply with anyone who has ever faced such blatant disrespect and racism. In the end, the woman was escorted out of the store, still mouthing off as she left. Trina, surrounded by concerned shoppers and fans, tried to regain her composure. Number 2. A showdown and a cop knockout. Two ladies, who seemingly have no reason to be at odds, lock eyes. Before anyone can understand what's happening, they're on each other like wildcats. Hair-pulling, shouting, and a whirlwind of flailing arms ensue. Shoppers scatter, trying to avoid the unexpected melee, while others, captivated by the drama, whip out their phones. Security rushes in, attempting to separate the brawling duo. But it's like trying to part the Red Sea. These women are relentless. The altercation continues to escalate, drawing a bigger crowd. Just when it seems like it can't get any crazier, the police arrive. Now you'd think the presence of the boys in blue would simmer things down. Not quite. One of the ladies, clearly not in the mood to be arrested, resists with every ounce of her strength. She kicks, screams, and nearly bites a police officer in her fervent attempt to break free, and then the punch. The officer, in a moment of desperation, lands a heavy blow to the woman's neck. She drops, and suddenly everything is still. The crowd, previously abuzz with excitement, is now stunned into silence, their phones still recording the aftermath. As the woman lies subdued on the floor, the police officer, realizing he's been captured on countless cameras, turns to the onlookers. His face, a mix of anger and panic, yells out, "You have no right to record me!" But let's be real. In the age of smartphones, nothing stays hidden. The shoppers, both horrified and enthralled by the unexpected turn of events, continue to film, capturing every second of this unbelievable scene. Number 1. Walmart employee versus fashion police. A quiet day at Walmart, the perfect setting for an unexpected showdown. Enter our main characters, a white couple, probably in their 60s, and a young Walmart employee, blissfully unaware of the impending drama. The elderly man, spotting the young boy with sagging trousers, is immediately displeased. "In my day," he mutters as he marches over with a determined look in his eye. His wife, trailing behind, watches with a mix of curiosity and resignation. She knows her husband too well. The young employee, busy stocking shelves, doesn't notice the approaching storm. Suddenly, the old man reaches out, attempting to pull up the boy's sagging trousers. The young boy, caught off guard and utterly embarrassed, tries to shield himself from the unsolicited fashion police. "Pull up your pants, young man," the old man exclaims, his face red with frustration.
That's a teenager, right?
The boy, flustered and trying to maintain his dignity, backs away, but the old man is relentless. Each attempt to yank the trousers up is met with the boy's desperate evasion, creating a bizarre, almost comedic scene in the middle of the store. Other shoppers stop, their eyes wide, unsure whether to laugh or intervene. It's a standoff, the old man's traditional values against the young boy's modern fashion choices. After several futile attempts, the old man's patience snaps. "Teenagers these days," he huffs, throwing his hands up in exasperation.
And there's a teenager. This is a young girl.
His wife, sensing the end of the encounter, gently tugs his arm. They leave, the old man still grumbling about kids these days, as his wife pats his arm soothingly. The young boy, visibly shaken and red-faced, returns to his duties, hoping the embarrassing incident will soon be forgotten. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.